Hello everybody, Loremaster Sotek here, and we've got the first full-on hotfix of the year. We of course had a little bit of like the hotfix beta and some other little things, but the hotfix is now out, and so I'm going to go ahead and cover it just because in case, I don't know, you haven't heard about it. Obviously CA is back in the office, so we're all kind of, myself included, eagerly waiting sort of on the sidelines for there to be any kind of whispers or news about what might be going on with Grand Cathay. I'm anticipating that we might start hearing things hopefully in February. I haven't heard anything yet. I am very, very eager to see what that's going to be because, like I said, it was not the plan when I was there last year to talk about end time stuff. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see what's going on with that. But anyway, let's go ahead and go through 7.0.3 and see what we've got coming for Total War Warhammer. So there are some additional fixes that were not in the beta version. So we have notes, let's see, fixed an issue where the option to subjugate a faction would sometimes not appear after defeating them for factions where that's supposed to be a thing, so that's a good fix. They fixed issues with Elspeth's gunnery school missions in progress, so that's been fixed. Norsca marauding actions would incorrectly have a 5-turn cooldown is no longer an issue. Fixed an issue where pleasurable acts for Nakari and the Mask would incorrectly have a 10-turn cooldown. Good, good, good. Fixed broken encampment stands for the Dragon Ship Horde armies, which did not affect Iceland, so that's a good fix and very important. Fixed an issue so that the Nemesis Crown Dilemma should no longer display a placeholder image. Good. Fix an issue where you can only select one spell after resetting skill points for Kairos Fate Weaver. That's good. Fix an issue where Kairos couldn't change spells in his mechanic once confederated. Also very good. Fix an issue multiplayer would crash if anyone was playing as Kairos. Wow, that's oddly specific. All right. And then the actual further hotfix itself, the big highlights were, let's see, fix an issue where Kairos would have all of his spells separated in different categories. Wow, that would have been, that's very annoying. That's good they fixed that. Fix pinning maps not persisting after returning from battle. Fix an issue we're trying to open Pages of the Realms from a campaign, say pre-patch 7.0 will crash the game. Fix an issue where all of the new Maws were creatures were not making their roar sounds properly. Let's see. Okay, we already talked about that one. Fix an issue to make DLC units, new DLC units available through allied recruitment. Fix a rare crash. Good, 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 good. Swap ancillary approval will no longer improperly appear when unequipping ancillaries. That's good. I've seen that one quite a bit. Fix issue where building construction missions were not loading correctly. Ruins raised by Beastmen, Warriors of Chaos, and Norsca will now keep showing the proper model in the campaign map after the game has been reloaded. Fixed a voiceover when selecting a hero embedded in an army. So now the hero's voice will be heard rather than something else. Fixed a problem with voiceovers of characters on the diplomacy panel. Fixed cost for replacing lords with the previously wounded legendary lord not showing. Okay, yep. In multiplayer, the pre-battle spectate button should now be visible at all times. Fix an issue in multiplayer where a friendly player faction could appear as an enemy to Iceland's player in the pre-battle screen when, okay, cool. Yep, good. All fixed, all very nice, all very good fixes. Heil specifically, holy moly, everyone buckle the hell up, because there's a lot of these. Iceland should now be able to control settlement garrisons in defensive battles even when the sea patrol outpost is upgraded to one of its higher tier variants. Okay, that is definitely a good fix. So basically being that it used to be that you could control the garrison, but then when you would level it up, you no longer could. So they have now repaired that. I just dropped something. Okay, there we go. Then we have the Elven Colony buildings. Seafarers Guildhall and Mistwasher's Lodge have had their effects adjusted to improve balance and pacing. Okay, that's good. So they buffed them a bit. So gold maintenance cost has now been removed from those buildings. They also give you increased dragon ship supplies, and the Mistmage hero unlock has been added to the Mistwalker's Lodge to make it more appealing. Fixed an issue where Iceland's starting enemy would flee across the sea, forcing a long chase. The enemy will now stay nearby, making early encounters more straightforward. Caradryan should be able to select Ashtari from his list of mounts. Very good. Some Lords and Heroes in Teclis's faction had missing mount skills. Those now appear properly. Moved all sea regions visibility from Heralds of Civilization to Spy Networks for Sea Lord Iceland. added a 15% port construction cost reduction effect to Heralds of Civilization, so just making that better. Removes the 1,000 gold cost for trade advancements for all Elven factions, Iceland excluded. Increase the gold cost of all Ulthuan's legacy techs with a 1,000 for Iceland to be brought on par with the other Elven tech trees. Okay, so they're basically rebalancing the tech trees to make sure they're all relatively even. I think Iceland's was a bit better. So I think those are good fixes. Fixed sea patrol outpost buildings not giving control bonus to player regions in the same province. Good, that's important fix. Iceland should now have access to encampment status when confederated by another High Elf faction. That's good. Otherwise, yeah, that is definitely something you want to have. The technology Heralds of Civilization should now properly apply its effects to lords recruited from colonies or outposts. Good. The Technology Court Advisor should now correctly apply its effects on lords and heroes recruited from colonies and outposts. Good. Fix missing movement audio for... Okay, cool. Okay, we're going to speed through some of this. Fix some dilemma issues. When using Champion's Demand, teleport targeted force next to Tyrion even when he's at sea. Let's see. So they fixed some various issues with Tyrion's unique mechanic. Added cost to all Guardian Phoenix items in skirmish versus AI battles. Reduced the amount of AP granted by the War-worn Stronghold Elven Landmark from 20 to 5. Okay, so not quite as powerful as it was. All of the techs that have various effects now should be applying their effects correctly. The Elven Colony building in Borderlo should have the correct port building chain now. Let's see. High Elf techs that reduce recruitment costs should now affect RORs. Seasoned Militia now properly grants bonus versus large. Acer Colony should now correctly grant a point of Elven Colony availability was constructed in minor settlement of the ancient Elven Colony type. Vigor loss reduction of the effect for Mistwalker reinforcement champion Ulthuan should now affect all units in target army instead of just Mistwalker units. Good. When Iceland gifts a settlement to the United Maritime Patrol, he should now receive a bonus to diplomatic relations with that faction. Good. When Iceland confederates with their High Elf faction, he should now have automatic military alliance with the United Maritime Patrol faction. Okay, good. So just making them like immediate friends with you instead of punishing you. Fixed an issue with the mission Caradryan Faith of the Acer for High Elf factions where it could lead to 2 instances, the hero Caradryan being spawned for 2 different factions. Okay, good. A lot of fixes. A lot of very, very good fixes. We see very similar situation with Slaanesh. So we have, let's see, fixed a bug where there's a chance for Azazel not be able to dedicate a Chaos Lord for Slaanesh. Oh, that's interesting. Azazel has 3 options to dedicate a Chaos Lord now. 1 for Slaanesh and 2 for Demonhood. Okay, so you can go Chaos... Okay, so you can go the Slaanesh Chaos Lord or the Slaanesh Demon Prince or the Undivided Demon Prince. Changes the effects of Sin Despair level 3 to be a proper upgrade to level 2, granting magic attacks to the effects of units and removing immune to sight from enemies. Let's see, fix some issues, fix some various bugs around Takala. Fix an issue where her innate trait would only increase base damage and not AP. That's good. During onboarding missions for the Mark of Vindictiveness's UI panel can no longer be closed to prevent a soft lock when the unit decides to dismiss the panel before starting the onboarding. Celestial Outpost should no longer give Takala the Mask a bonus to seductive influence. The Eternal Dancer trait from the mask should now correctly reduce the recruitment time for Exalted Demonettes. Okay, so just a lot of really solid bug fixes. The Ritual of the Ending Without End should no longer be able to target Zhao Ming and Miao Ying. A lot of getting rid of potential soft locks. Unholy Manifestation Carnival of the Damned should no longer display an incorrect effect scope of local enemy province. The Ending Without End should now properly replace the target army commander with the Slaanesh one. Triumph and Torture Slaanesh tech should now provide useful effects to the player who don't have access to Chaos Sorcerers and Exalted Champions of Slaanesh. Subjugating a faction should now provide a more substantial tempo reward for the mask faction. I don't know if the mask needed buffs to tempo. The mask is kind of fucking insane. The cost for changing between dances for the mask faction has been increased. I feel like it could reset it to 0 and the mask is still like hilariously powerful. Subjugate post-battle options should now correctly provide devotees for the Mask of Slaanesh. Fix casualties post-battle effect in the local province for the demonic bounce building chain for Takala. Cool. Technology overbearing force now also benefits champions of Slaanesh units. Takala's demonic attraction units should now properly display their demonic influence bonus in battles. Let's see. Fix an exploit where the player was changing the army general without getting a tempo penalty. Let's see. Fix an issue where Incessant Dance was not providing tempo bonus. Missions related to unholy manifestations will no longer trigger for Takala. Good, because she doesn't have them. Remove the ability to click through the inactive Lord Seduction button as Nakari. Fix an issue where disciple armies would gain or lose tempo after battle, even though they cannot have access to the Eternal Dance feature. Okay, so just a lot of just good, solid bug fixes is really kind of... it's a hotfix. It's a fat hotfix that's mainly addressing a lot of the issues from the DLC. Let's see. Wolfric's Mock God building now properly provides Chaos Warriors of Khorne dual weapon unit to users which don't own the Tides of Torments DLC. Cool. Makes sense. Fix a problem with old version of Monster Hunt, which made event messages appear. Dreadmaw should no longer be able to damage gates while underground. Siege Attacker to Assail the Faithless to be consistent with other characters. Fix a placeholder text issues. Fix the Bloody Promises. Instantly advancing the recruitment of all armies within the faction. Jesus. Let's see. Yep. Sales Mutinous Whispers manipulations should no longer be able to target Legendary Lords. Fix an issue with army deployment. The Abyssal Shrieker battle for the Monstrous Arcanum. Altered to the Eagle for Norsca now gives research point surplus rather than research rate. And they've rebalanced the allegiance tiers from 5, 10, 15, 25 to 25, 50, 75, 100. Okay, that's significantly better. Fix an issue. So you just get way better research tech stuff from the Altered to the Eagle now. Let's see. Fix the text of Ice Blooded Strength technology to properly explain its rank 7 and above. Enemies for second stage markers Monstrous Arcanum checks can no longer run away from you. Fix an issue which was causing the What War Starts the War technology to grant 360 missile block chance to all units regardless of rank. Fix an issue where Violent Evolution would not grant its bonus to RORs. Fix the starting level of Burble Smirk Spew Pin Azric the Magekeeper when accessed to the Replace Lord panel. Dreadmaw should now be able to unburrow when beneath a gatehouse. Fix an issue where Shaman Sorcerers summoned from Shamanistic Ritual appeared twice on the Chariot. The Cave of the Rocky Throne landmark building should now properly appear for Throg's faction. Oh, good. I was sad this was gone. I was like, yeah, I guess I can get why it's gone, but I'm glad that was just a bug. I'm glad that's back. The Frenzy effect in Morkin's Rest now displays its scope as for settlement garrison only. Fix some various issues with Monstrous Arcanum. Bonuses to character health from items are now correctly shown on the panel. Adultery's tribute bonus will now properly get applied to armies in the province. Fix the Allegiance heroes appearing with 1 level recruitment when access to the Replace Lord panel. Fix Marauder action Despoilment to award the proper amount of resources, which it wasn't before. Rebalance Despoilment from 1,500 per settlement to 1,250 per settlement. Mutinous Whispers can be used on lords without units by design. Only difference now is lords and heroes within an army are always wounded. If there are no normal units, then no rebel army will be spawned, but the lords and heroes will be wounded, and the target army would then disappear from the map. Okay, that's a good fix. Some of Steerkar's skills have had their positions adjusted. In addition, Follow the Leader now affects Chaos Warriors of Slaanesh as well. Fixed an issue with the availability of Skin Hidden Plate Ancillary. While Wolfric is garrisoned to Port Settlement, the settlement nameplate should no longer state that he can teleport with Safe to another port settlement. Okay, all good fixes. I think the only thing I don't see on here... Well, okay, let's get through the rest of it, then I'll say that. Dark Elves fixed a minor Black Arc issue with the campaign UI label to visualize properly the purpose of its horde. Fixed an issue where Lokir's cost to travel was negative, now displays an absolute value, so the minus is gone. Replenishment effect from Allegiance and Altars of the Crow has had its... Okay, that should be that should be under Norsca, not Dark Elves. Demons of Chaos, the worst fucking faction in the game. I am gonna make a video about this. We gotta do it once per year at least, until it gets fixed. So fixed a little Demon Prince bug. Dwarfs fixed a visual issue that was making gaps in the Dragon Slayer. Kislev, Court, and Orthodoxy, when you gain or lose boons, their value is immediately updated in the HUD. Korn, the Cloak of Skulls, remove the option to click on the inactive teleport button. Hilarious. So that implies that even if it wasn't, if the teleport button wasn't active, like if you couldn't teleport, you maybe had the ability to like bug it to make you still able to teleport. Wrath of Korn added a frame to the panel and fixed the changes spelled out of the panel. Fixed a problem with Bloodhost armies where they would be costing upkeep while moving through a sea lane. Zinj fixed a bunch of issues for Kairos, like just a massive amount of bugs as Kairos. Fixed an issue where the blue scribes were missing Lore of Mist magic. Ogres fixed the offering to the maw effects being lost when the force is when you're on the ocean. Fixed certain armies starting in the Realms of Chaos campaign from being able to move after the factions confederated by a human faction. That's weird. Okay. Wars of Chaos fixed an issue where some of the units you can get from the Legions of the Gods Dark Ritual mechanics didn't have 2D portholes. Okay. Fixed a bug where lords would disappear from a recruitment pool. Beastmen removed the recruitment cost and upkeep of the Chimera when recruiting a Beastman campaign. Changed one of the effects provided by the Bale Taurus hoof advancement. Fix the devastation icon to properly show. Okay. Fix the settlement icons. Still okay. Beastmen no longer give incorrect ambush or discovered events when switching out of their hidden encampment stance. High-level Beastmen Hearthstones will no longer sometimes appear hidden after reloading a game. Beastmen will no longer have a visible camp model remain when in stances that hide them from other factions. Okay. Cool. So there's two things in my brain. They fixed some stuff with the electric count Talabeclan, where the character's increased timber production would not be accounted for after the first turn, or on the first turn after loading a game. And they fixed some Elspeth gunnery stuff. General gameplay, fixed an issue so Lords and Heroes bound spells provided by traits are now actually available. That's good. Reduce the damage of Doombolt upgraded from 1600 to 1400. Okay. So that debuffed that just a smidge. Increase the cost of sale on War Mammoth War Shrine to 1300 or 2300 base, and then 2250 base for the generic in Skirmish. Reduce the stats provided by the Sign of Depravity enhanced item to movement speed by 50%, decrease movement speed by 50%, and decrease melee defense by 8 when at max intensity. So I think they debuffed how good the Sign of Depravity is. Caradrine now has a unique unit type icon, so you can tell who he is easier on the battlefield. Added the strong versus 25 combatants to the Staff of the Mask, even though its damage is 15 per second. Fixed the issue with switching between characters and the pages to, okay, cool. Flock of Doom now does a minimum of 1 damage. That's good. So it can't do no damage. Animations, they fixed the casting animation for Scale Kane's Teeth. The Root Key Anointed Capes now flutter in the breeze smoothly. Demonic Steve Slaanesh did not dissolve on death. The unit now use alpha-based dissolving. The associated VFX play across all death animations. That's good because they are demons, so they are supposed to dissolve. Fixed an issue where sometimes Sky Cutter Eagle will not move his wings when making a turn. UI added Slaanesh army abilities to be visible. Cool. Grouped units are no longer ungrouped after summoning the final Nurgle army during Pantomime of Seduction. The reinforcements had a script objective to defend, but when the player is fighting, made no sense to stay idle. Fixed issues with the Golden Knight during siege battles, preventing his attack. I think they mean her attacks, but okay. Fixed an issue where Druki Anointed would lose the ability to have equipped items when put on a mount in Skirmisher's AI. Adjusted collision hitbox for Sky Cutter, so now it correctly covers the whole model. Maybe that explains why they were so fucking durable versus shooting. Sometimes the Dreadmaw wasn't firing because it was trying to advance while he can't move, so that's been fixed. Added Devastating Flanker attribute to Riders of the Mighty Serpent ROR, so to be more in line with other Slaanesh cavalry units. Dreadmaw should now be able to move directly beneath the unit by giving an attack order when burrowed. Mazdamuni's ability Soul Quench is no longer missing. Okay, cool. So, pretty good overall. The biggest things I see missing from this, which are bugs that I have reported, but I reported them fairly recently, like in the last 2 or 3 weeks. I think the last 2 weeks. So I don't think they had time to fit them into this, is I know that I haven't tested if it's just for Nurgle or if it's for everyone. I think I might test that today, actually. But I do know that Nurgle's like healing army ability that's supposed to spread, so like you use it on a unit and spreads to nearby units, that isn't working properly. So it works on the unit you cast it on, but then it's not spreading to other nearby units. So I know of that bug. I also know that the cockatrice is not recruitable by the beastmen in campaign right now because it's not showing up on the Bray Shaman building where it's supposed to. There is a mod that fixes that, which is what I'm using for the campaign I've been playing. But that is another bug I'm aware of as well. If y'all are aware of any notable bugs, or just any bugs, don't have to be notable, I suppose. But if y'all know of any bugs, whether they're like VFX or visual or campaign or anything, feel free to drop those in the comments. And just like let me know as much as you can about it, because I will make time to recreate it and then pass it on to CA just to make absolutely sure that somebody's looking at it. But do be sure to use the forums and stuff because they do check those. But in any event, just wanted to cover that because you never know, something interesting might pop up in here. Mostly like a genuine hotfix that is fixing actual bugs, which there were quite a few of. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you're having a lovely day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.